Okay, good. Now let's hope I don't crash. Or maybe Microsoft is updating PowerPoint for the first time in century and the game is buggy. Nope, everything seems fine. And that's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the finals of Amateur League Tournament, which is taking place in 21st of September of 2025. It's a weekly tournament, and the final is best of 5. This is rematch between these two guys, so you saw them in semifinals in the upper bracket. Ursagor won the first matchup they had, and now he's 1 point up. Nevertheless, so in blue colors, on the top right corner of ley lines, we have Ursagor playing Protoss, and on the bottom left corner, opposite side of him, in the red colors, we have Protoss player named Bobson. Yeah, what happened? Bobson asked for a longer break. Ursagor agreed. If they trade, 1 win there. Darkblade 12, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a really nice casting, a really nice stream. We are having our finals only now because, as I said, Bobson asked for a longer break than 15 minutes, so he asked for half an hour, and he offered 1 point for Ursagor to actually get on that break. So that's why Ursagor has 1 point handicap. He agreed to that. That's the trade, and these guys will duke it out once again. So this technically is game 2 of the finals for this weekly tournament, veteran division thing, whatever. My casting might not be as interesting as Darkblade or Defiance or anyone else, but I will try my best. So there we go. My game just crashed, by the way, also just left everything else. Well, the beginning of the game seems quite similar. There is double gateway, Cybercore, there is probe blocking and doing all kinds of shenanigans. Once again, Ursagor opens with Stalker and Sentry, and Bobson once again opens with double adept. We saw these kinds of things in game, I believe that was game 2 and game 3 of semifinals between those guys. One of them was taken by Bobson, another one by Ursagor, so it's not one-sided decision yet. I know that Bobson likes to shade his adepts and try to get them into main base of Ursagor, which is successfully blocking it with a pylon. And yeah, we'll see how they deal with it. Talking about shading adepts in the main base and Amateur League Tournament, which is what we are talking about. There are the adepts. Meanwhile, Bobson is doing his Twilight Council, making Twilight Council. There is a robotic facility for Ursagor. Adepts are trying to shade in. Unfortunately, I think he moved command them into the natural of Ursagor also in the same time. Huh, he got in. The adept successfully got in. He barely has lives. He survived 1 shot from Stalker, and now he's running away and kiting, and Adept is gone down. No worker kills, I believe. No, there is 1 worker kill, but that's for Bobson, and that's it. This aggression was survived successfully. Ursagor goes for Twilight Council for Forge, meanwhile Bobson goes for his favorite Blink. There are 3 sentries, 4 sentries, no, it's 3 sentries only, and Stalkers are being provided. 1 probe is sent to the 3rd base location. Yep, and Bobson decides to make a 3rd base. While on opposite side, there is Observer coming out, going to scout what it can see from the Bobson, and Ursagor goes for Immortal and also decides to go for the 3rd base. Ursagor again is going for Charge Lot, +1 attack, and moving for his 3rd base, and droning obviously behind that. So that might, in my guess would be that the game will this time be a little bit more passive, since Bobson is dropping down Forge also to get some upgrades. Which, if I will remind you that in semi-finals Ursagor actually took upper hand because he had +2 upgrades, which Bobson did not. And Bobson's aggression, where even though it took down like 20 probes from Ursagor, still was held, and the counter attack was just destruction of the big Protoss ball. Yep, Bobson is scouting with hallucinated Phoenix. What's going on? There are 2 more gateways being made. Still, probes being made. There's still the upgrades are just getting done, and Bobson starts his +1 upgrade too. Bobson is in front of workers by 6 right now, and he's doing a little bit of gateway explosion over here. Observer from Ursagor actually sees everything happening. There are no gases in the natural here from the Bobson, so I believe it might be going to get some zealots. No, he's actually going for 4th base. He's trying to make it a macro advantage. And he's scouting with Phoenix that there is Templar Archives being built. And Ursagor goes for +2 attacks, while Bobson goes for charge and more gateways. How many gateways that is? Ooh, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, it's like 12, no? Yep, it's 12 full gateways over here for Bobson. He has Zealots, he has Stalkers, he has +1, and he is going for charge. He starts Robotics Bay, and he will get his big ball army ready to defend in case of attack. Meanwhile, Ursagor has almost saturated his 3rd. He has 2 Archons. I believe that's how many Immortals? It's 1 Immortal, 2 Archons, Sentry, Stalkers, and charge lots with +1, and it might be +2 timing from Ursagor over here. He's making more High Templar to turn them into Archons. Since there is no storm on research bar, I would believe that that's the case, and that indeed is the case. Ursagor actually is going for 4th base. Worker wise, he's actually in front by 3 workers in front of Bobson, so they have traded this position between each other. There is actually Stargate being built by Bobson over here, and he's also having his War Prism out. So Bobson decides to move out. He has 70 army supply, a lot of zealots like charge lots with +1, but Ursagor will have +2, and he is having more Archons, which are good to actually catch off those zealots, those charge lots. Bobson splits up an army. He goes for attack on the main army, and he goes for a bunch of charge lots which are going to attack the 3rd. And now he tries to send in more charge lots from behind to surround this army, but unfortunately that's not working out in his favor. These zealots actually successfully got inside the mineral lane, but they only get 4 probes over here, while there is not enough stuff from Bobson coming out anymore. There are Stalkers sniped the Archon, at least one. There is the another one. The Stalkers have the blink, and there is charge. The worker advantage now is in favor of Bobson. Upgrades are equal, it's +2/+2. And all Archons have been sniped by Stalkers right now. Charge lots though are getting rid of Stalkers pretty good. They are being kited away, but unfortunately without big success. More Archons have been made by Ursagor here. The army supply is in advantage of Ursagor, but Bobson is sending his zealots for the natural to kill more workers of Ursagor, and he has successfully gotten quite a bit of them, while the army is being kited by Bobson over here. Successfully 15-16 probes have gone down. There is more zealots in the third base of Ursagor, and Bobson is successfully making more zealots. Now his army supply unfortunately is only 10, and he's going for +3 upgrades, he's going for Fleet Beacon and another Stargate, while Ursagor is going for +1 armor and +3 and chrono boosting those upgrades out as soon as possible. Bobson warps in another pile of Stalkers. The charge lots, not Stalkers, sorry. And they are getting rid of a lot more workers. It's like 34 workers gone down. And Bobson now is just getting his War Prism in a good positions and warping in more charge lots. The 43 workers have gone down. It's 36 workers per Ursagor left, and Bobson is not stopping there, while he's actually going for 2 carriers, more starports, and starts building up the carrier count. He really will need some upgrades because there is +1 armor coming up for Ursagor, which means that those Archons will have some armor that interceptors will have to deal with. Ursagor is going for Blink upgrade, and there comes the +1 attacks for air units from Bobson. Well, technically Bobson has his economical advantage. He is on 73 workers while Ursagor is on 41. He lost a lot in those fights. It's like 49 workers. He has no mineral mining in natural and barely some mining in the third. While he has the advantage of the upgrades and army supply, Bobson is still fiddling around with that War Prism and trying to get some harassment units out to do some damage to the economy. Well, technically Ursagor has 95 army supply, which means that if he goes big. While Bobson, he has a lot of charge lots, he has 2 carriers out, and he's building 3 more. There's +3 attacks, there's +1 air attacks coming out, and Ursagor decides to go for +1 shields, +2 armor, and resaturate. He's not actually resaturating his natural, he's focusing on upgrades and focusing on more army, so it looks like it's gonna be quite a big all-in attack, or he's feeling under threat that Bobson actually will come with an all-in. Well, now Bobson is taking the 5th, and it's kinda too late, I would say, because there is 4 carriers and there is a lot of charge lots here, which are starting to get rid of 4 base, and the 4th base of Ursagor falls down, at least in mining wise, and 4 carriers have arrived with interceptors. There are a lot of Archons here. There's like 7 Archons, which could get rid of all the interceptors if they wanted to, and Stalkers are blinking, and 1 more carrier joins in the party. 1 carrier is lost, 1 more carrier is lost, and looks like the 3rd is going to go down, and also the 4th is going to go down. And the big investment, big army of Bobson actually goes down to those Archons, because they have +1 armor, they have 3 attack, they are big beefy boys. Bobson is trying to rebuild with 1 Immortal, 3 Tempests and 1 Carrier, but he has no defense pretty much. The army supply actually is not that big in a favor, but it's in a favor of Ursagor right now. Bobson carries on the army and tries to attack. He loses his 3rd base, but he has a 5th base, and he's trying to snipe down the Archons with Tempests. It's very important not to let the Blink Stalkers blink all their the flying ships. The only carrier which Bobson had in army falls down. So Blink and Archons did do the job. The worker-wise, technically Bobson still is in front because he has 75 workers, but he has no researches actually going on, no upgrades going on behind this, and he has no resources. He's barely holding things together. Ursagor falls back and he goes for attack on the corner base. I believe he scouted it with the phoenixes, or maybe he didn't. Well, if he didn't, then now he does. And there goes down the 5th base, or now the 4th base of Bobson, and his workers are under threat. Now there are 6 Tempests, and Bobson decides to build Templar Archives and build 1 carrier. He has lost now a little bit of workers. Again, there is a Blink, there is Archons, and they're getting rid of air units quite easily right now, just by getting under them. And game is GG, well played or well played. GG is called by Bobson, and Ursagor takes game 2.